So basically, I would describe M4 as they're a grant administrator. We hired Trailer and Associates. They're a local firm here out of Tyler. So we're hiring them to help us assist.
You're good. It's not live.
They're here to help.
Words are hard. Words are hard.
They're here to help assist with our FEMA application for the windstorm debris and everything that we had back in June.
Okay, so the city will pay them to help get the application done to send to FEMA, and then FEMA will be able to reimburse.
Yes. They're just going to come along and work alongside our current staff to help make sure that we are submitting everything that we need to submit for reimbursement. They have experience working with other organizations and FEMA disaster situations. So.
And how much will the city have to pay for these extra services?
So the way the fee is structured with Trailer and Associates is the maximum the city could be out of is 4% of whatever we recover. They can get an additional 5%, but FEMA will cover that.
Okay, so when you say 4%,
that's out of pocket for City of Tyler.
And do we have an estimate of what that can be?
Well, we have about close to 9,000 cubic yards that we have cleared out of the right-of-way. We have estimates from about somewhere around 50,000 to remove that and dispose of that. It could be, and there's other things that we could get reimbursed on as well, but that's just a debris component.
Okay. So, I mean, are we talking city would have to pay thousands out of pocket or less than
well,
that,
we
like
don't.
ballpark?
Well, we don't know exactly. We're still submitting things. We do know on the debris portion, it could be somewhere around 50,000 if we grind the debris. If we just haul off the debris and dispose of it, like to Trendsetters or to our landfill or something like that, it could be as much as $80,000 or $90,000. And also there's overtime and other things from our staff that we could get reimbursed on as well. However, I'll just clarify, we haven't gotten the clear from FEMA currently. We're waiting to hear back on some of the items that we've already submitted to them.
And did you say that you thought maybe you would hear back this week?
Yes, either this week or early next week is what I'm thinking.
Okay. And what, was there like an initial need to bring in this other company to help with the applications? Is there a reason for that? Is it because the damage is so severe and so widespread, or why bring in this third party?
So basically, our current staff is handling the administration of it. This just gets us an extra set of eyes on what we're submitting. Also, it's a training component as well, because this firm, this is what they specialize in, and this is not something that we do every day. So it'll be just, like I said, an extra set of eyes to work alongside our current staff to make sure that, we don't leave anything, no rock unturned, I guess you could say, is make sure that we can get reimbursed for the maximum amount that we can.
I gotcha. And so have firms like this been used in the past for similar situations?
We did use them when this particular company, back during some of the COVID dollars that we got, and they did very great work for us. They worked alongside our staff very well, so we were pleased with them.
All right. And then with specific regards to the debris removal, talked about in M5, I know you said that there's an estimated 9,000 cubic yards of debris. So the hope is that in some form or fashion, FEMA will be able to reimburse the city for the disposal of that debris, right?
Yes, that is correct. Some of our initial estimates, if the debris, the 9,000 cubic yards of debris, It's located on our north loop across from the Water Service Center. Some of our low estimates are about $50,000 to handle the debris on that site. That is if we use like a tub grinder to grind that, which makes it a lot easier to handle if it's ground. If we just haul off the debris for it to be ground somewhere else, it could be as much as $80,000 or $90,000. So, yes.
That's a lot of money. Okay. And then I know that you clarified in your presentation that the solid waste work orders that they have will not be reimbursable, and that's because customers are being charged for those services.
That is correct,
right?
yes.
Okay. Okay, so just give me an overall general statement of how the next steps of this process and getting that application to FEMA will have an effect or an impact on the residents of Tyler.
I think the big takeaway from these agenda items today is we're being more proactive for the next event. We will have agreements in play if we actually have another event. Hopefully we don't, but if we do have another event, we'll already have contracts in play, and we can get immediate assistance out on the streets for our staff members.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
So we have Kreider, that is our #1 candidate, and we have Crees Environmental, that's the #2 candidate. And so if we have a future event, we can pick the phone up, call them, get them to mobilize, and they can get out within a relatively short period of time to start assisting our staff on debris removal. Or if our staff needs to handle other things, they can handle that for us as well.
Okay, and what is that contract costing the city?
That there's a rate schedule. There's a rate schedule for different type of items, and there's different fees. You know, debris is one type of event. There's other things like, you know, Lord forbid if we had a tornado and there were, you know, cars or building material from houses that need to be moved out of right of way. There's different types of debris that have different rates that they charge. But we do have the rate schedule, and it is public information.
So it's just going to be a case-by-case basis if they're needed in the future. But for this specific debris removal, what's that? Okay,
so $3 a cubic yard to chip debris, $3.60 a cubic yard to haul, $1.40 a cubic yard for site management. So those are just some of the fees.
Those are some of the things that would be focused on doing the 9,000 cubic feet.
Right.
Right. Okay. And how is that being paid for?
So what we would do is we would pay for that from our rainy day fund, and because it's for emergencies. And if we do get reimbursed from FEMA, then we would just reimburse our rainy day fund.